Alright, New York Gun Guy here, and today we are going to be reviewing the Kahr CW9. This is a single stack 9mm semi-auto. This gun is primarily built around one purpose in my opinion, and that is a carry gun. And the reason for that is just because, as you notice, there is no external safeties whatsoever on this particular firearm. And also, you'll notice it is an incredibly thin firearm. It is under 1 inch. I believe the grip is 0.94. If you include the slide stop here, it does get over 1 inch, but I really don't include those because it doesn't make up the majority of the firearm, and it's usually at or below your belt line, so it's not something that tends to stick out and be a printing factor. This gun is also really light, which those of you who watch my other reviews know that I am a huge fan of lightweight guns. This gun comes in around 17 ounces unloaded, which makes it among the, I believe, the lightest for single stack compact 9mm. I believe it is also the thinnest single stack 9mm compact frame out there that there is, regardless of funds. But this is also a cheaper gun. I believe these you can get around for about $350 new. I picked mine up used. The difference between this and the premium model, for those who know that there are two kinds for this, the premium model has more fancy engraving on the slide, and it also has a hexagonal barrel, which gets you a little more FPS out of the barrel. But other than that, they are essentially the same gun, and didn't see a reason to pay for the premium. In terms of reliability for this gun, I've shot about 300-400 rounds through it, a bunch of that being federal aluminum cased ammo. Runs great, no issues, everything is happy, good to go. The only catch with this gun that I've noticed that can be an issue for some people is that when putting a magazine in, here we got a loaded mag here, and this holds 7 rounds for those of you who didn't know, is if you take it and you try to ride the magazine closed. Oh, it did it that time, but sometimes it won't fully seat in the mag, which can be an issue, and sometimes that'll happen with this. For those of you who carry extra magazines, that's something important to think about. I always just hit the slide release so it's not an issue. But it's something to consider. In terms of sights, this thing has your standard, I don't know the exact camera angle here, but it's got a little single dot below the notch here in the rear, and then a front sight. The front sight comes white. I painted mine orange because it makes it easier for me to see it. But more importantly, let's shoot some bullets through this thing. Okay, so that was 7 rounds right there, all on target, nice and easy. One thing I would like to comment about shooting this, because it is a thin gun and because it is really light, it is snappy for a 9mm compact. Probably the most snappy 9mm compact that I've shot, but I have shot some subcompacts which do have more roll to them. It's got very aggressive texturing. You can actually probably even see it on my hands where it's starting to eat on my hands a little bit. And this is after shooting about 100 rounds prior to this video through it. So you can see it can be a little bit abrasive to you. Definitely something I'd consider. If you practice with gloves, you don't get any of that wear issue on your hands where your hands get eaten up. But let's put a new magazine in. Another thing, some people have complained about these magazines, saying that they are not reliable and they don't feed right. I've never had any issues with any of my mags. I have 3 mags for this gun. All of them feed fine no matter what I have tried to fed through it, so I don't know where those complaints are. This gun comes standard with the flush. You get the 7-round magazine, as you can see here, and then it can also, you can get an 8-round magazine for it. Yeah, that's about it, all I have to say about the magazine. They run great for me, so I don't know what people's problems are. Maybe I'm just getting lucky, but let's see if we can get some speed shooting on this and see what kind of times we can get. We're about a little over 10 yards away, I would say, right now, and let's see what times we can kind of get if we start running a little faster. Oh, ran over top of it those last 2 rounds. Let's see, I don't know if this thing will pick up the splits here. As you can see, won't lie to you on my reaction times here. We got, see, my reaction time was 0.95, then we got a 0.49, 3 4s. My reaction times are all over the place here. 0.39, 0.49, so around like 0.3, 0.4. That seems to be where I can run consistently on target. I can run this gun faster. This gun is certainly capable of being run faster. Let me get this back in here. For those of you not familiar with this gun, it has a double action trigger. So what this means here, I just turn to the sides when I pull it, is you can see it has a really long travel. And then let me reset it. And then it won't reset till about there. So it's got a long travel, which makes it a little slower to fire, but some people like that because of the safety feature of, or safety nature of that gun. I think it's a good thing because it has no other external safeties, so you have to be really sure you're going to fire. It will slow down your splits some, but I consider that a worthwhile trade-off. Okay, we got one more mag here. Let me see if I've got any other. See, here we go. See, this is what I was talking about, where sometimes it won't fully seat, just like this. But obviously something easy to fix. Final thoughts about the Kahr CW9. I think it makes a great carry gun. It's been very reliable for me. It's simple. It's not overly expensive. It has the #1 benefit of it being able to get a full 3-finger grip, but it's still super easy to carry, so I consider that a really, really good balance for it. In terms of upgrades that you can do this gun, you can switch out the sights. You can actually get a ported barrel for this gun that extends out. Some people hate ported barrels, some people don't. I have no issue with ported barrels, so if you're looking to get it a little flatter shooting so you can run it even faster to help make up for some of that longer trigger, that is certainly an option, and something that I'm actually considering just because I like flatter, faster shooting guns. But for carry, tough to beat. So that's about it. Takedown's really simple for it. Obviously not going to take it down at this moment because it is loaded, but let's run it some more and see how we feel. Overall, I think this is a great gun. Let's back up and get some more range on it. I definitely advise it as a great carry piece. And this is Amateur Shooting Hour. I am no Jerry Mikulik. I'm not a Hitchcock 45 level shooter. Definitely not any of those pro shooters. I'm very amateur level, but as you can see, even with this single stack, definitely a gun that you can take out for any kind of defensive range that you can hope to take it out for. Let's take it a little further here. Okay, and if the camera's not picking it up, I am scoring hits consistently. I'll let you know if I mess up because, yeah, it's important to know these things. We're about 30 yards or so. Let's see. And there we go, I missed. Okay. And missed again. See, missed my last 2 shots. This gun is capable of much more accuracy than that. I've taken this gun out to 50 yards if I'm taking my time. But for a self-defense gun, for the close 5 to 10 yard range, this gun is perfect, and it can go much further if you're taking your time. So overall, I think this gun is a huge win. It's inexpensive. It's a great, reliable performer. I like it. If you have any questions, post up.